Hey guys, ABX with a quick overview for Frost DKs in 7.3.5. In this guide, I'll be going over what comms to run in the current patch, how to deal damage, and how to use your utility tools and defensives. Your talents should look like this. If you're playing a comp with a lot of stuns, you can choose to play with Blinding Sleet instead of Winter is Coming. The level 75 talent Permafrost can be swapped to Volatile Shielding against double caster matchups, since it will provide you with a bigger anti-magic shell that absorbs 35% more damage. Now for your honor talents. Your honor talents should look like this. In the first row, both Trinket and Relentless are viable options, and it depends on what you prefer. When playing a heavy melee cleave, I'd recommend Trinket, since you will most likely get peeled on your burst. Next row, Reinforced Armor is better against spellcasters, and Sparring is better when facing a double melee team. The third talent is Anti-Magic Zone, which provides you with another defensive against spellcasters. If you're facing a double melee team, Dark Simulacrum is a better option, since you can steal important cooldowns from the healer, such as Pain Suppression from a Priest or Bubble from a Paladin. Decomposing Aura is good against targets with next to no mobility, so Shadow Priest for example. Heartstop Aura should be used against targets with a lot of mobility, for example mages or monks, and Necrotic Aura should be used when playing with a spellcaster on your team. The last talent which can be changed is Frozen Center. When facing mobile targets, such as mages and monks, it's better to play Delirium combined with Heartstop Aura. With Frost DKs being very bursty, but having next to no CC, your comps will consist of spread pressure comps or melee cleaves. Shadow Cleave, which is Resto Shaman DK Destrolog. This comp has a lot of spread pressure and defenses to go through. The way this comp works is the healer will be gripped in by the DK, so both the Lock and the DK can AoE the team down while getting stuns on the team with Infernals, Morse's Winter Stun and Capacitive Totem. Windwalker DK. Windwalker DK can be played with any healer, but is strongest with Resto Shaman, Disc Priest or Holy Paladin, depending on what you face. The DK grips in a target, followed up by the monk using his stuns on both targets and cleave both targets down with cooldowns. TSG, which is Warrior, DK, Healer. TSG can be played with any healer, but performs best with a Resto Druid or Mistweaver Monk in his current patch. TSG works in a similar way to Windwalker DK, where the DK grips in a target, followed up by stunning the team and cleaving them down. TSG offers more consistent pressure than Windwalker DK, but less burst. In this clip you can see Windwalker DK in action. The goal is to grip in the healer and stun multiple targets, which gives you options on what targets to hit in multiple situations. For example, in this clip we hit the monk in the setup since he's playing with Vim and Vigor. You get a Trinket and force Cocoon on the Shaman after in the first setup. As a Frost DK, you use Howling Blast and Obliterate to deal damage and generate runic power. Once runic power has been generated, it can be used for damage with Frost Strike. Remorseless Winter should be used every time when bursting, and especially when Pillar of Frost is up, since it will stun your targets hit by Remorseless Winter when playing the Winter's Coming talent. Sindragosa's Fury should be used to try and finish low targets. In this clip I'm building runic power with Howling Blast and Obliterate during Pillar of Frost. As soon as I have runic power, I dump it on Frost Strike during burst, and I'm able to put out a lot of damage, and the druid actually dies through his bear form. Frost DK is all about short burst windows, and unless you trade one target, it's better to pull runic power for a lot of burst than to instantly use it. So for example, if your team is about to swap target and burst on that swap, I make sure I always have some runic power pulled up to do maximum burst. Frost DKs have multiple defensive cooldowns that help both you and your partners. First is Anti-Magic Shell, which absorbs spell damage for 5 seconds and has a 1 minute cooldown. Anti-Magic Shell can also be used to immune CC, for example Polymorph, Cyclone or Fear. If Anti-Magic Shell is used on a kill go, the DK can't be peeled while Anti-Magic Shell is up. In this clip I start dropping health, since the Warlock is free casting on me with his unending resolve. I use anti-magic shell to get rid of all the dots and absorb the next spell damage, and I won't be able to get peeled on or pop. Next is Icebound Fortitude, which reduces damage taken by 20% and grants immunity to stuns for 8 seconds on a 3-minute cooldown. While Icebound Fortitude is active for Frost DKs, the healing of Death Strike is increased by 400%, which makes the DK able to top himself. In this clip, a smoke bomb is dropped on me, and I use Icebound Fortitude to heal myself back up. The last cooldown is Anti-Magic Zone, which reduces spell damage taken by 60% to anyone in it for 10 seconds on a 3-minute cooldown. In this clip, I drop to low health and my priest gets sheeped, followed up by a cyclone. So I drop Anti-Magic Zone on myself to survive. Frost DKs have very little crowd control. First is Blinding Sleet. Blinding Sleet has a 1-minute cooldown and disorientates anyone in front of the DK for 4 seconds. In this clip, I blind the shaman on my cooldowns, followed up by a kick on the shaman to try and finish the mage off quickly with Cindergrosa's Fury. Next is a stun from Winter is Coming. When Pillar of Frost is active and Remorseless Winter is used, anyone that gets 5 stacks of it is stunned for 4 seconds. In this clip, I grip in the monk and pop Pillar of Frost and Remorseless Winter. After the first stun, the entire team gets restunned by Remorseless Winter. DKs are also able to use Dark Simulacrum to steal crowd control or important defensive cooldowns. For example, a DK can steal Fear, Cyclone, Stuns, or defensive cooldowns such as Bubble from Paladin, Bob from Paladin, or Pain Suppression from Priest. Even though the next clips are from an unholy DK point of view, the same applies to Frost, since Dark Simulacrum is the same in both specs. In this clip, I steal Fear from the Warlock with Dark Simulacrum, and fear the Warlock on our go, so we can stay on our target without getting peeled. In this clip, I see the Paladin wants to stun my healer, and I end up stealing the stun. Which I use on Hunter. Shortly after, I steal Blessing of Protection and use it to save my monk. After that, I stun the Paladin and then I expect him to bubble here. So I use Dark Simulacrum on the Paladin and end up stealing bubble. That's gonna be it for this Frost DK guide. If you enjoyed it, please leave a plus skill or let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you next time.